What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here with the season finale of VH1 Presents Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Season 2, you guys. This is episode 10, and the episode was titled Unconditional Love and a Family Dose, you guys. And before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel and are not subscribed, then I'm going to need you guys to do me a big solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that big favor by liking the video, turning on your post notifications, and you can do that by subscribing to the channel, and you can also share the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, you guys, let us discuss VH1 Presents Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, shall we? All right, you guys. So I do want to make a mention to my last video, you guys. It was brought to my attention, and it wasn't in a bad way. It was actually, I appreciate you guys when you guys say, I can tell that you're over something. Yes, you guys, I was last week, especially last week for sure. I don't know you guys well, I guess most of you guys have been watching me at least 4 years or even a few months, and you guys have figured me out, especially if you guys have been with me for a long time, like for years at this point. I guess you guys do know me, but yeah, if I say fuck a lot, I am irritated. If I keep saying fuck repeatedly, I'm very irritated. And I was very irritated with last week's episode, and the reason that I was just irritated with last week's episode was mostly because of Eric and Safari, because at this point, I'm just over Eric and Safari. But I will say, you guys, this week's episode, I probably won't say fuck a lot. I know I've already said it a few times now, but hey, it's not in that sense. But this was a good episode, and I'm glad that it wasn't so Eric and Safari centric. We did get a scene with them, but it wasn't much, and I'll take that. Okay, so we see they said this is the night before the last night, whatever that means, right? So we see Amina. So Amina is hosting this thing, right? And we hear Amina singing, and I'm like, that's what I've been wanting to hear. I've been wanting to hear Amina sing. I love hearing Amina sing. Her voice is so beautiful, right? So then we see Sin and Booby, and they're talking, right? And Sin is telling Booby that she's gonna miss him when they leave there, right? And then, she tells him, she's a lot, right? He's like, what do you mean by that? She's like, I'm kind of like crazy. He says, that doesn't scare me. I'm like, shit, it would scare me if someone said that to me. So then we move over to the old ass Creep Squad, right? So you guys remember in last week's episode that Stevie J had told Peter, Dirty Feet Pete, right, that Uncle Fester had slept with Amina, right? So rubbing pennies, of all people, is sitting talking about Shekinah won't lie. I'm like, Shekinah won't lie. Who said that? In the words of Portia, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Like, really, who said that? Like, didn't she this is allegedly, I'm not saying that she didn't she allegedly lie for T.I. and Tiny? I mean, y'all remember that whole shit with Sabrina Patterson, and she got herself involved in, which, again, girl, how and why? Like, didn't she, child, Shekinah don't lie, huh? Shekinah don't lie. Okay, if you say so, Dirty Feet Pete, right? So then they went up to Shekinah and asked Shekinah, so Stevie J told Dirty Feet Pete that you told him that Cisco told you that him and Amina had sex. Well, remember Rubbin' Pennies just said that Shekinah doesn't lie, right? You can flip this and try to say, she just changed her story, but changing your story is what? Lying. So Shekinah says that, what did Shekinah say? Oh, she said that Cisco told her that they just kissed. I was like, so he did tell you that, right? That they kissed. So he never said that they had sex. So you just filled in the blanks and said that they had sex, started some shit. Okay, Shekinah girl, whatever. Now, I want to talk about this situation between Amina, Cisco, and Peter, right? Amina and Cisco don't owe Peter a damn thing, right? Amina and Peter are divorced. Amina and Cisco are two consenting grown ass adults, right? So if Amina and Cisco said, hey, after the Super Bowl, you come back to my place, me and you gonna get it in. And if she agreed to that, that is their prerogative, right? They don't owe Peter a damn thing, right? But at the same token, I do get Peter's point of view, right? You my home, you my man, you my best friend, you my brother, right? And that's my ex-wife. Why would you, of all people, get with my ex-wife, right? That goes against any kind of that goes against friendship code. That goes against friendship code in general, right? Like, don't mess with your friends' exes, man, woman, whatever. Don't mess with your friends' exes. That is just trashy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? So then we see, rubbing pennies and dirty feet Pete, right, the next morning. They're trying to figure out what to do about Cisco. Are they going to, mend their relationship with him, or are they going to, basically love him from a distance, right? Now, here's my thing. Once again, Shekinah, didn't she just, Shekinah said that they kissed. So, I get it. A kiss is it ain't that big of a deal. I don't get it. But we're gonna move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So, Brooke and Marcus, I'm just still trying to figure out who Brooke and Marcus gives me? Dr. Sherry and her whiny ass voice, and what's that man's name that was on Real House? He was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This Dr. Jeff. Because Dr. Sherry and Dr. Jeff, in my personal opinion, ain't solved shit. Especially that goddamn Dr. Sherry. Dr. Sherry fucked the Braxtons up. Dr. Sherry's voice is so fucking annoying and whiny. Oh my God. I just can't. If I pray I never have to see Dr. Sherry on my television screen again in my life. I pray I never have to see Dr. Sherry again. Oh, Dr. Sherry. If I had to pick and choose between who I would want to see ever again in my life, it would be Dr. Jeff. I can tolerate Dr. Jeff, but Dr. Sherry, absolutely not. So yeah, Brooke and Marcus are literally giving me the great value version of Dr. Sherry and Dr. Jeff. And once again, Dr. Sherry ain't fixed shit in nobody's lives. Oh, she really hadn't. Look at the Braxtons. And then she worked with the Braxtons. She also worked with Portia. I ain't saying nothing about that. My girl Portia. I'm loving like how Rich and Peter were talking about loving Cisco from a distance. I'm loving Portia from a deep, deep, deep distance. I don't unfollow her, and I never thought I would unfollow Portia on Instagram, but I had to. I just couldn't continue to follow her. This ain't even got shit to do with Portia, right? So yeah, the broke down the great value. Dr. Sherry and Dr. Jeff, they were talking to the group about unconditional love. I'm like, oh, okay. So then they want people to get up and talk. Honest to God, I wouldn't listen to shit that Brooke and Marcus are talking about, right? Brooke, you chased after Marcus for years on Love and Hip. Now, it could have been a storyline, but you chased after the nigga. That is my thing with women. Women, don't chase after no man. Like, my ladies, I'm talking specifically, because I know I have a lot of women that are subscribed to me. If you guys are dating a man, let him chase you. That's how you know a guy is really into you. Let him pursue you. Don't pursue no man. Don't pursue no man. Don't do what Brooke did. Don't chase after no nigga. And don't do what and damn sure don't do what the fuck Chrissy did. And propose to a nigga. Anytime I see a woman proposing to a man, I immediately cringe. I'm like, oh my God, that is so cringeworthy. Like, oh, that is not the look. Ladies, why would you do that? let's pause right there. Why would you propose to a nigga? Like, why would you propose to a man? Because if the man really, and I hate to say this, but if the man really wanted you, granted, you can say, well, I give him, I do, you can, don't be a Barbara and Shirley. I cook for this man, I clean for him, and, I buy this, I pay for his car. No, don't be a Barbara and Shirley. Like, don't do that. Don't be a woman to woman. That song is so, the first time I ever heard the song, I'm like, what in the fuck? This nigga is cheating on you with another woman, and you have the audacity to call that woman up and leave a message on her answering machine, because that's back in the day of answering machines. You on her answering machine telling her you found her number in your old man's pockets, and I just want to let you know that he's mine. Everything I buy, I cook his meals, I clean his clothes, I pay his car note. Girl, what? I would have got that voice in the answer machine, and I would have been like, girl, you are a dumbass. And I would have played it for him. Oh, okay. So you had a dumb one, huh? How did I get off on that tangent? What was I talking about? Oh, child, what was I talking about? Brooke and Marcus. Child, I was talking about Brooke and Marcus, about chasing him. Yeah, I just want to take advice from them. Suffice it to say that. Child, we went off on a long tangent, but hey, we found our way back. So Mimi got up at one point, right? And Mimi thanked Stevie J for, making her realize how strong she was, especially with that situation with Jocelyn and him and her, that triangle, right? And they showed that clip from season 2. It was that the season finale? It was. It was a season finale when Stevie J gave both Jocelyn and Mimi those rings, and Jocelyn was in that elevator tearing his ass up. Oh my God, you guys! I just thought about that. Which actually happened first? Actually, that happened first. Stevie J and Jocelyn in the elevator happened before Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange in the elevator. Oh my God, okay. We keep going off on tangents, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to keep going off on these tangents. Cisco, at one point, he got up to the group and he apologized to everybody there. I was like, about damn time. All right, you guys, so we're going to move on and we're going to wrap up this episode. All right, so the Creep Squad. Oh, God. So Rubbing Pain's talking about, I know what y'all think about the Creep Squad, that we are womanizers and this. That's exactly what we think of the Creep Squad, that y'all are womanizers, that y'all mistreat women, y'all use women. Ugh. And all 3 of y'all are old as hell. I'm not being ageist, I'm just saying don't nobody want them worms, especially not Riches. I'm still stuck on the fact that Rich and Mariah Lynn are on Marriage Boot Camp, which is coming out next month. Girl, who are y'all fooling? Don't nobody believe that Rich and Mariah Lynn are a couple. Child, we'll talk about that when we get to Marriage Boot Camp. We ain't gonna talk about it now. But Cisco, he owns his part, right? And when Cisco owned his part, I was like, I know you can lie to me, right? So Cisco said the reason that he does what he does with Peter and Rich is because basically the nigga wants attention. I was like, so we doing this as if we're 5 years old, right? That's what a 5-year-old does. They throw little temper tantrums because you're not paying attention to me. You're not calling me. Because that's literally what that nigga said. That nigga fixed his lips and said the fact that Peter and Rich don't call him, and the fact that Peter and Rich go out to the bars together. I'm like, nigga, don't you have a phone number? The phone works 2 ways, right? If you see that Rich and Peter have gone out to the bar, text them text they raggedy asses and be like, hey, nigga. Well, I don't know if Cisco can say nigga. Cisco's not black, is he? I don't know. But text them old creepy ass niggas and say, hey, creepy motherfucker. Creepy motherfucker number 1 and creepy motherfucker number 2. I see you old raggedy asses went out somewhere. What's up? And leave it at that, right? But they good. So then we see Safari. Safari wants to mend the bad blood between Rich and Erica, because you guys remember season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York when Erica and Safari were there, and they were at, I think, was it Yandy's event or was it Remy's event? It was one of them. It was either Yandy or Remy's. I can't remember whose it was. Actually, I think it was Remy's, because I think they were celebrating Black Love. Don't quote me. But remember, Rich went up to speak to Erica. He talking about after that he wanted to spit on her. Rich says he wasn't gonna spit on her. I don't give a shit, right? They celebrate Tara's birthday. Peter presents her with $10,000. Well, technically, he presented her with a $10,000 cardboard check. It's because she had $5,000 worth of stuff in his apartment at one point, and when he moved out of that apartment, her stuff came up missing. So now he's giving her the $5,000 plus another $5 to double it, right? It is what it is. They have a talent show. She kind of got up. She told, I guess, what was supposed to be some jokes, or she roasted people. I don't know. Bobby got up and did a magic trick. Kudos to Bobby. Jonathan and some other people reenacted some famous scenes from Love and Hip Hop. Jonathan reenacted that scene with him, rubbing pennies, and Anais, who I really miss Anais. Then he reenacted the scene between Tara and Amina when Amina slapped that license on that table and got her ass popped. Then Mimi, Jonathan, and Brooke got up on the stage and they thanked everybody. Season 2 overall was really good. I enjoyed season 2 a lot more than I did season 1, you guys, and that's the episode. I don't have anything else to talk about. But let me know what you guys thought about the season, the episode, in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications, and guys, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distanced. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Whew.